Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Trenton, and this is Hayden, and welcome to the
Cousin Critters.
Today we'll be teaching you about a whole bunch of reptiles like lizards, fish, and tortoises, and a whole bunch of other things that some things you might not have in my house even. But I hope y'all enjoy, like, and subscribe, and let's get into the video. So, these are my tortoises. This is Susie Q, and that's Dudette. She's about 3 to 4 years old, and she's about 2 years old. Right now they're eating kale, which is very good for them and has calcium. And over here we have grassland tortoise food. And then we have some carrots, which they ate a lot of already. And also the stuff I put in there is Western Timothy hay, which is also good for them. They also eat sometimes. And this is also the stuff, the grassland tortoise food that they also eat, which has a whole bunch of other stuff in it.
Also, pick them when you want to pick tortoises up. Pick them up by their sides. They feel more comfortable by that way.
And also, what you want to do is basically also make sure to have your hand under it, because they don't like not having the feeling of having a hand under them or land under them. And here we have a heat pad, a big heat pad, and then a small heat pad. And these are also some old lights that you could get for basically a small tank, which I used to have. And but then I upgraded and built this big enclosure.
And they have their own
for my tortoises. And we also have a cave back here. And basically, I feed them in the morning. I feed them in the afternoon and at night. And every day, I make sure to, at night, turn out their sun lamp. And sometimes I turn up their heat lamp just in case how hot it gets. And here, you can see the humidity and the temperature right now. It's about 90 degrees, and the humidity is about 35. And tortoises like this, they don't need a dish like this when they're kind of big like that, because if you get mulch like this is force mulch or something like that. I forgot what it's called. But
if you dig down, it's wet.
Yeah, they absorb water through osmosis, I think it's called, something like that. And they don't drink water. They absorb it through their skin. And that's how they get water. So you can like pour water in it, and then they can absorb it through their skin. And
they can also breed in captivity from 4 to 5 years old in captivity, but it takes longer when they're in the wild, like 10 or 15 years?
No, it's 15 to 25 years. And also, they can get up to 150 pounds, and they can get pretty wide. And also, when they do breed, they can lay up from, I think, 15 to 30 eggs. But they lay an egg every 3 minutes, and it takes 99 days for the eggs to hatch if they're in an incubator. These are also sulcata tortoises, like I forgot to say. And you could tell by the color that she has changed colors, because the bigger they get, the more the color changes. You can see she's more of a chocolate brown color. She's more of a very light brown color. So that's also another way to tell what their age is, by how big they are. And if you look on them, you could tell that they're both females. You could tell also if I were to flip them over, which they don't like, so I'm not going to. If they're a female, there's not an indent. But if there is an indent, they're males. And also, when their tails are like sideways, like that, that's how you also could tell that they are males or females. And they will show a sign of aggression. So the reason I have 2 females right now, because if we were to put a male in here at this moment, it would show aggression. Say I took out her and I put a male in, that's as big as her and bigger than her, it will show aggression to her and bully her. When we first got her, she did bully her to show dominance, and we did stop it a lot of times. But she can get aggressive at sometimes and charge you, which is not a bad thing, but something you should get learned to. But she will only do that when you try to mess with her food, all right? And they also sometimes they will hiss and bob their head up and down to show dominance. So if they do that, don't be scared by it. I don't know if you can hear them hissing some, but don't be scared by it. And if you look at the shell's actually kind of perfect. Okay, it's a little lumpy, but that's fine. That means if this super lumpy, that means and it's starting to form pyramids, that's bad. That means it's getting a lack of calcium. She's perfect. No pyramids or anything. And you could see how she's kind of just pushing her out the way, because she's kind of mean and bossy, but that's how she is. And right now she's eating, she's eating the grassland tortoise food, which has a lot of ingredients like oat hay and timothy hay and a whole bunch of other stuff, a lot of other stuff that's hard to tell. But this is it right here, and this is what it looks like. And first you want to put water on it. First you want to put water on it and stuff like that, so that way it turns into like this kind of foamy stuff, and it puffs up and turns mushy. That's what you want it to be, all right? And if you have a big enclosure like this, you're going to want to make sure there's an area like that where they can go into and cool down.
Also, They like to burrow as much as they can till they hit the bottom.
Yes.
So when they're done with that, you should like clean it up again so they can burrow it again, or else they're just going to burrow all over the place.
Yeah, it'll be a very big mess. And they poop very big. So you want to make sure to clean it up as good as possible, because if not, it can start causing mold possibility and stuff like that. And you see how I have a tarp under this? This is so when they pee, the pee doesn't go through and soak into the wood. That's also a very other good thing to have, just in case, so it doesn't mold the wood.
When it's hot outside in the spring and summer, you can take them out to 10 or 15 minutes, but then you have to take them back to their heat enclosure, especially in colder areas.
Because the reason we do that, I usually take them out for 30 to an hour, because it's good for them to get natural sunlight. But what he said, we live in a colder area, so if I were to take them out for 30 minutes to an hour, it would be on days that are over 70 degrees, because we live in Hampton, which has all 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. And it gets very cold here where we live. So I have to make sure to keep this running at all times. But it gets very hot. Like, I just touched it and it hurt.
Yeah,
okay,
the
it
heat
burned.
lamp you need
Yes.
to have.
Because if you don't have it, then they're going to die. It's something they need.
In Florida, you would probably be fine, though, by letting them just roam free in a fenced area.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if y'all have seen Blake's Exotic Animal Ranch. He just lets them roam free in his backyard. But I can't do that because it's cold here. And plus, they're too small and they might get picked up by, like, hawks and stuff like that. But his are big.
Also, the dogs we have might accidentally step on them or something.
We recently got a new puppy named Tortoise. I'm gonna show y'all him. We're gonna make a whole another video about dogs and stuff. And he is very playful. He likes to play a lot. But let's get back to the facts. They can also live up to 150 years old, which is a very long time. And basically, you can pass them on for generations, basically. And which is a good thing. Because they're not like normal pets. They're like pets. They're like
pets.
Yeah, they're cool to have because they're different in their own way, And they're just super adorable. Like, look at its tongue when it eats. It's super cute. But also they all have their own personalities, I think. That's what I feel. They all have their own personalities. Like her, she's more of a sassy, and her, she's more of a chill, nice person, but can be dominant at times, you know? And she's also funny. She carries her food everywhere. Like, I'll put her downstairs, take her downstairs for a little bit, she'll just carry her food everywhere. So, yeah.
Also, let's tell you a story about one time. We were picking them up, going downstairs while there's a party going on, and then
they peed everywhere.
just white pee just everywhere.
Yeah, that's the thing about their pee. They pee white, okay? And that means they're healthy. You want them to pee white because if they don't, that means they might not be healthy, and it should turn to like a chalky looking type after it's dried up and stuff, which you want it to happen. But if it doesn't do that, just know that they might be sick, possibility. But that's all we have for today. Hope y'all enjoyed and have a wonderful day. Peace out.